What's up everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome to my channel. My name is Taylor. I am currently 18 years old and 32 weeks and 2 days pregnant with my baby girl. So today we're just going to be having a little sit down girl chat talking about 10 things that I didn't know about pregnancy, 10 things nobody really tells you about pregnancy, just to help prepare you if you're out there and you're trying to get pregnant, or you currently are at the beginning of your pregnancy, or you're just curious in general about what really happens during it. That's what we're going to be talking about today. So go ahead and grab a snack, take a seat, and just sit back and enjoy this TMI. So I also wanted to start this off with a disclaimer that I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse, I'm not an OB. So if there's anything that's concerning you about your pregnancy or any symptoms you're having, please speak to a professional and get advice from them about this, because this is just my experience, so please check with them first. So the first thing I want to talk about is leaking boobies. So the more professional term for this is lactation. Your boobs obviously produce milk to feed your baby. I didn't know that this happened during pregnancy. I thought that this was just like an after pregnancy kind of thing, but no, it happens during pregnancy, and it can also happen very, very early. I remember one day I noticed that there was a little tiny wet spot like this big on my shirt, and I checked and I felt my boobies and my nipples and they were wet, and I was like, what the f? Like, what is happening? What is going on? And I did my research and I found out that leaking early on in pregnancy is normal. You produce what's called colostrum. Now, talking about colostrum, something else I didn't know is that your boobies can leak yellow. I always thought milk was like white or clear. I didn't know it could be yellow, but it's called liquid gold for a reason. Your boobies produce colostrum, which is yellow, and that's like what your baby first is going to be nursing on. It can definitely come as a shock to you if one day your boobies start leaking yellow liquids and you're not expecting it, especially barely halfway through your pregnancy like I was. I was only like 21, 22 weeks, and I asked my doctor about it. She said it was normal, but that's something that nobody really talks about, and I don't know why. So the next thing I want to talk about is swelling in your lady bits. So not only did my vagina swell on the inside, but it swelled on the outside. It is still very, very swollen. It's very uncomfortable because my thighs are this big as it is, and now I have what's in between my legs big as well and swollen as well, and it's so uncomfortable. When I pee sometimes it feels like it's strained. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's really hard to explain. I'm sure those of you who have been pregnant before know what I'm talking about, but it's so painful to even pee sometimes. It's painful to squat. It's painful to move my legs in certain positions. It's just overall painful down there. Now, going along with talking about my lady bits, I'm gonna throw out there discoloration. That's another thing. I remember one day I was curious. I just wanted to see what was going on. So I grabbed a mirror and I put it down there and I looked, and I was shocked. It was very, very dark. It looked like it was kind of purplish black inside. And I know what my lady bits look like, and they don't typically look like that. So I was very, very taken back and surprised and didn't know why. But just, I guess, because of all the blood flow down there, not only does it cause swelling, but it also can cause it to look darker and change its appearance. That's something that nobody told me, something that I had to figure out on my own, and something that I'm still trying to come to terms with because it's just different. It's not what I'm used to. So the third thing that I want to talk about, and I feel like is very, very important for you to know if you're going into pregnancy, is that you can't breathe. You walk up the stairs, you can't breathe. You walk down the stairs, you can't breathe. You walk to your car, you can't breathe. You sit up, you can't breathe. You lay down, you can't breathe. Like, you just can't breathe in general. I don't know how I'm alive. My body is doing the bare minimum, but you just cannot breathe. Like, it's so hard. It is so hard to breathe. I wake up in the middle of the night on my back. Your back especially is what makes it hard to breathe. So just know that. Stay up, stay on your side, do something. Do not get on your back, because you're gonna wake up and you're gonna be like, so that's just another thing I didn't know. I know that you have a hard time breathing because of everything that's going on in your body, but like, it is so uncomfortable, and I feel like I'm like dying sometimes and suffocating because I just cannot take like a full breath, and I'm just like out of breath all the time. That's another thing that nobody told me, and something that I feel like we need to put out there, is that you cannot breathe when you're pregnant. It just is what it is. So something else I want to talk about that hits very close to home for me is pregnancy glow. That's not a thing for me. When I first got pregnant, I had acne galore on my face. The pimples were having a party. Like it was bad. I broke out so bad, and it's cleared up definitely, I think, as my body has adjusted to the hormones and everything, but my face is still not the same. I'm an esthetician. I take good care of my skin, and it's just not the same. My skin's not the same. My skin's more dry. My skin was oily in the beginning, now it's dry. I have breakouts everywhere, and again, it is getting better, but pregnancy glow isn't always a thing. I know it is for a lot of women, but it's not for all. I thought I'd go into this pregnancy and I'd just be like, glowing like you know, like she is radiating. But no, that's okay. It's fine. It's all good. I'm not upset. I just want you to know that that's not always the case. If you don't have a pregnancy glow right now, like, I'm with you. I feel for you. I'm there with you. It's okay. It's all right. We will get through it. We will be glowing after postpartum. So the fifth thing I want to talk about, once again, is TMI. It's discharge. I know that discharge during pregnancy is normal, but I remember every single appointment that I went to for my OB, every single prenatal appointment I had, the first thing she would tell me is,
this upcoming month you are going to be experiencing more discharge.
Every time I was like, ma'am, more discharge, because I already have a lot. Okay, pregnancy does something to your body to where you are just constantly like leaking down there. You're not only leaking from your boobies, you're leaking down there. So you have to stock up on panty liners, you have to stock up on underwear, because you are leaking, and it is thick and it is gooey and it's a lot. And it's just discharge galore. It's so disgusting. I know it's normal, but still, like, it's gross. It's gross to have to deal with. You're constantly wiping. It's like you go to the bathroom, you stand up, and you feel it on your legs, and it's just bad. It's bad. It gets bad. I didn't know that about pregnancy. Discharge gets bad. So something else I want to talk about is pain, not in your vagina, but pain in your booty, because you can get booty pain, and that is horrible. I didn't know you got pain in your booty, and it's not the kind of pain like when you have to go to the restroom. It's like a pain deeper in on the inside, but it's from that area. I don't know why. I don't know what that has to do with pregnancy, but it's a thing. It's definitely a thing. It's very real. It's something that nobody mentions or talks about. I know I'm not the only one, but you do get pains in your booty. Some people do, some people don't. I do. It sucks. It feels like someone's like stabbing the inside. Yeah, you get booty hole pains. So the seventh thing that I want to talk about is what is typically called lightning crotch. So I just talked about the stabbing pain in your booty hole. You get that in your vagina too. So not only are your lady bits very, very swollen, very huge, very uncomfortable, just a mess, but you also get these super sharp pains. Like, think about lightning in the crotch, hence the word lightning crotch. Like, it hurts. It feels just like a bolt of like a sharp pain. It comes out of nowhere. You don't know how to explain it. There's no reason for it. I can't find anything on the internet as to why it happens, but it happens. It only lasts for a couple seconds, but it's painful. Like, it feels like someone's taking a knife and just like really quick, and you can't do anything about it. You just gotta deal with it. So something that I feel like is kind of a no-brainer for a lot of women and for a lot of people is weight gain. But I didn't know going into my pregnancy how easy it is to gain weight. I remember my first appointment, I was 101 pounds, so I was 100 pounds, and I was actually really concerned about not being able to gain enough weight, so I told my doctor that. And she was like, it's okay, like, we'll figure it out. We have to come up with a meal plan or something for you, like, let's just wait and see. And up until this point, I've gained an average of 8 pounds per month, which is typically, what, 2 pounds per week. I've gone from 100 pounds to now being 142 pounds, and I'm only 32 weeks pregnant, and I'm still having to gain weight. And my doctor actually had to put me on a diabetes diet plan because I was gaining too much weight. So even if you're the type that doesn't gain weight before pregnancy, you still gain weight. You gain weight very easily. You eat multiple bowls of cereal, you gain weight. You eat a burrito, you gain weight. You breathe air, you gain weight. It's just a thing. I'm happy about my weight gain because I've wanted to gain weight for the longest time, but it's definitely just hard to adjust to. It sucks. It's hard to get used to your new body, and it's hard to control your weight gain because postpartum, like, you're gonna have to lose that weight, or you're gonna have to work it off if you want to. If you don't, that's totally fine. But yeah, I'm just preparing myself for postpartum right now at this point. It's okay. So the ninth thing that I want to talk about as well is swelling. Now, this is something that you do know about pregnancy, something that people talk about. It's a very common symptom, but I don't think anyone really talks about just how much swelling you have just about everywhere on your body. Your feet swell, your ankles swell, so you no longer have ankles, it's just straight leg and then foot. Your legs swell, your thighs swell, your hips swell, your hands swell, your wrists swell. Everything's just swollen, and unless you've really had like a swollen body part before, like it's so hard to explain the feeling. And I actually had to go to the hospital last night for my swelling because I had it in one foot, my left foot, and it was really bad. It gets to the point to where I can like shake my left foot and I feel a pocket of fluid in there, because swelling essentially is water retention, and it's just so weird. It's so uncomfortable. Standing for long periods of time just make it worse. So you just gotta try to keep your feet up, I guess. There's not much else you can do, but you swell. Like everything is swollen. Everything is swollen. Everything's uncomfortable. Your body is just going through it. So the last pregnancy symptom, and I think probably one of my favorites I want to talk about, is peeing whenever you do anything. You laugh and you accidentally pee. You sneeze, you accidentally pee. You cough and you accidentally pee. You just can't control it, you know, like baby's on your bladder, baby's chilling, baby's having fun. Baby weighs a certain amount and you pee. You let out a little bit of urine. It's not a lot, it's not like a whole river, but you can't control sometimes when you pee. And it especially happens, I think, when you're like sneezing and laughing and stuff, but that's been hard to get used to. It's kind of embarrassing at times, but again, what can you do? Like it is what it is. But that's something that nobody really tells you. I know that it's common after you give birth. I didn't know what happens when you're pregnant. So definitely trying to just kind of learn a way to control that, but at the same time, again, you can't. Like that's been hard to adjust to, and it's just something that, again, I didn't know going into it. So those are the 10 things that nobody really tells you about pregnancy. Again, there's so much more, but those are the 10 things for me that I was really shocked by and that I feel like I want to talk about to you guys. I'm frustrated, I'm going through it, I'm uncomfortable, I'm in my 3rd trimester, my 8th month, and I'm just like, your girl's struggling. And I just wanted to make you guys aware of some things that we don't talk about because they're either too TMI or it's just uncomfortable to talk about, but I want to talk about it because it's real, it happens. Pregnancy is beautiful, but at the same time, like it can be rough, and that's okay. It's okay if you're over your pregnancy, it's okay if you're having a rough pregnancy. And I just wanted to talk to you guys about stuff like this because this is stuff that nobody talked to me about, and I wanted to make you aware of it so you could kind of feel my pain in there too. So if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe down below, turn on your post notifications, and stay tuned for next week's video because I have a lot of content planned before baby girl is here, and a lot of stuff that I can't wait to share with you guys. Other than that, I hope you guys have a very blessed day, and stay tuned for next Thursday, which is always when I post. I'll be posting another video, so you better be there. I will see you guys next week.